Well, happy Friday. It's been, I don't know, a week or so since I made a video. And I told you it'd be a little bit funner than the ones I have been making. Just to keep you updated, I just got through a round of iron infusions, 5 of those to be exact. They're supposed to make me have more energy. Uh, they said it would probably take about 20 days before I would start to feel something. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing that was kind of cool was my wife got us a book uh, that I've already read. Well, I hadn't read it before, but I read it in a couple of days because it was kind of interesting. I can't even remember the name of it now, but it was about a lady with stage 4 colon cancer and what she went through and some of the things uh, that affected her in her diagnosis and stuff. So it was a pretty good book. And one of the things in there that I really wanted to talk about today, and with all of my friends that watch this, something I'd like you to do is think about a bucket list. I know it's strange and everything. It's one of those cliches or whatever, but in this book, she was talking about it, and that's the only reason I bring it up because it made me think. I don't have a bucket list. The main thing, and about the only thing that I can think of that means that much to me, is my family. Being with my wife and my daughter and my son-in-law, my grandkids, having them close to me, spending as much time as I can with them. That is the thing that I thought of as a bucket list item. Um, I know a lot of people think of traveling, they think of going to sporting events, they think of driving a race car, things like that. Um, those things are fun, I guess, but it wouldn't be something that, for my dying wish that I'd want to do. I'd rather spend time, like I say, with Denver and Nolan than go to Las Vegas or something. Been to Vegas and it ain't that big a deal. One thing that we are going to do, and I talked to Nicole, my daughter, about, is we are going to spend a lot more time together. Um, we're working on going on a trip right now down to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Get a nice cabin in there. There are some really nice cabins down there, and spend a few days with just us, the family, and watch the kids have the time of their life. Boy, it looks fun as hell for kids, and it looks pretty fun for Grandpa too. So I can't wait to do that. My best buddy, Rich, we sat down and we talked about it. Rich is, well, I just say that they are going through some things, health things also, and they're having to think about the same things that I talk about and think about. And Rich and I both agreed, we need to do more stuff. We need to live life to the fullest. We need to have those bucket list of things. And so we would like to get all the bros together and do something. We haven't had any replies from the rest of the bros, but Rich and I would sure like to get out and do something. I thought of doing striper fishing down at Texoma, but that was just something I thought of that I know I would love to do. I always like to bass fish more than anything, but I guess I could probably go on a guided tour for stripers. Uh, Today's been kind of a shitty day, and I mean that literally, because our pump on our sewer system quit. Well, it didn't quit. It blew a ground fault outlet that it was plugged into, and therefore it wasn't running, and I only noticed it because it was wet out in front of my house. Well, it was wet, all right. It stunk too. So can't get a plumber out today. I got one plumber out from Benjamin Franklin, and by the way, don't ever use them. And I told them I would tell everyone that. They sent a kid out, two kids, looked like they were probably 18 years old, which is fine if they knew what they were doing, but they didn't. They didn't even, they really didn't even look at anything. They just said, "Oh, you need a new pump." Well, that pump's not even a year old yet, and it's $4,500, so I don't think I need a new pump, especially when he didn't even open the top of the where the pump is. He didn't look at the pump. He has no idea whether I need a pump. He just knew that it was Friday afternoon and he was not going to spend 3 or 4 hours working on a sewer problem and get his hands dirty. I told him, I said, "You didn't even open the lid." He goes, "Well, there's stuff up there." And I said, "Yeah, that's why I called you." And he said, "I don't know why you called." I said, "Because I'm not going to put my hands in shit. You get paid to do it." Anyway, that's kind of negative, but I had to get that off my chest. That really got my goat when the plumber is so lazy. It just, anyway, that's neither here nor there. The kids are coming out tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have a plumber out at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's what they have scheduled, so hopefully they'll be able to fix it with very little problem, and the kids can spend the night and we'll have a good time. But if not, probably not going to be able to spend the night because Papa and Lolly won't have a shitter for them. So other than that, the dogs are standing over there whining because they want to come in the garage, and I'm not going to let them come in the garage. They can stay over in their yard and so on and so forth. I was very touched by the remarks, the comments that I've gotten on these videos by some very sweet people that I love dearly, and from a stranger that I've never heard of. I don't know who he is. I only know that he's going through what I'm going through. Luckily, he's not as far along as I am, but it's still scary. I know it's scary. He's doing everything that he possibly can to stop the disease from going further, and I hope it works out for him. And he's in my thoughts and prayers, and I hope he can find peace with the disease. I don't know if it is something that people find. I mean, I think I've kind of come to understand it a lot better and realize, that you kind of, on certain things, you got to throw up your hands and let God take the wheel, and this is one of them. Man has not invented a way to solve this problem, and so I either live with it or I die with it. That's my two choices, and so I choose to live with it, and we'll go from there. The dialysis stuff hasn't gone any further. We haven't taken any more classes. Kind of waiting to see what happens in November with my numbers to figure out when I'm going on dialysis. And I think we're probably going to be qualified for transplant around that time too. That will, I say qualified, see if I'm eligible for a transplant. You do have to be found eligible for one or to donate one even. So that's something that I'll learn more about probably in November. I don't think it's a pressing problem right now, but I was glad to hear that they start talking about it at stage 4 instead of waiting until end stage, which is 5. I always thought that was kind of a waste of time. When you get put on a list, you kind of like to be on that list as quickly as possible. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, it's a pretty good day. There's a lot of stuff that I need to do around here, and hopefully that iron will kick in, and I'll be able to do it. That I've got a pickup that I need to put back together and get running, and need to do some maintenance on a car, and the normal stuff. But get a deck built and blah 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 blah. I guess this video, I just want to thank everybody, especially those that have commented on the videos with their kind words and their feelings. And believe me, I feel the same way about you as you have spoken about me. So I'm going to cut this one short and go about my night, probably have a beer or two. But I hope you all have a safe and happy weekend. I'll see you later.